What is going on, everybody? It's Craig, and I'm back with number 8 in the series. I told you they weren't going to come out as fast as they were coming, because I was off then, but, still, we will get to the 100. That's the goal for the year. So, the movie today is one that I never heard of, and somehow it kind of slipped through the cracks. And I was thinking, like when I saw the preview, that it had potential. Sometimes I think long, but anyway. Don't Tell Us All from 2020, which is one of those movies where you have a comedian in a horror-esque, not really horror-esque type role with Rainn Wilson, which, I like Rainn Wilson. I enjoyed him in Cooties, the zombie movie, obviously The Office. I liked, was it Super he was in with E. Page? I really enjoyed that movie. But, so here's his movie. This movie is quaint, as its premise is easy enough. It's two brothers whose mother is sick, father's dead. Mother actually did something about that, you'd run later, but father's dead. And so the older brother convinces the younger brother he needs to rob a house, and he tells him how to do it. It's a tented property. And, the other brother's like, here's with money and go and get this, yada, yada. You do have people other than Rainn Wilson. Eddie from It is the younger brother. Mena Suvari is the mother dying of lung cancer, and I don't know, Mena Suvari is fine. She was actually really good in American Beauty. I thought her roles and some other stuff was okay, but it was nothing really that convincing about her. I guess because even though I know she's probably my age, so she definitely could have children of that age, it just wasn't believable that she was the old dying mother, and anyway. So, premise is they have someone catch them when they have the money. And they chase him into the woods, and there's a well that's covered only by, leaves, somehow. I guess they're branches. And as Rainn Wilson, the security guard, is chasing him, he falls in. And apparently it's not something he can crawl up out of. I don't know, maybe it's all solid, whatever. They don't really go too crazy with that stuff. I couldn't get out of there, but, people that have, anyway. And then the older brother's like, you gotta leave him there. He'll tell, we'll get in trouble, a century killer guy. And he even gets to the point where the older brother throws pesticide down there. And the only reason he doesn't die is because Rainn Wilson had a gas mask that the other brother lost originally when he fell down in the well. So, Deus Ex Machina at its finest, I suppose. But, the twist that you probably could expect just by me saying horror is Rainn Wilson isn't a security guard. He killed his wife and kids, and they're looking for him. And, a lot of stuff happens, after that once you find that stuff out. I won't completely spoil things for you in case you want to see it. I personally, I don't know. I don't think it's something I'd ever rewatch because the acting won, and it was sort of just a waste of a premise. It was a cool idea, you think someone's a victim. You've seen that before. That's Don't Breathe, in essence. And Don't Breathe did that really, really, really well. Whereas, Don't Tell a Soul, not really. Because my main issue with it, and this is, again, not really a spoiler, because they already told you the spoiler part, but you can get that from the trailer, the fact that he was a killer. He was working as a security guard, right? When he was chasing after the kids. Now, if you're just committing murders, you're probably lying low, but even if the murders, and I forget that I kind of drifted out a little bit, if the murders were more recent, or he was sort of a family annihilator or something, either way, the last thing you would be is a security guard, because they run your prints, they have to do all sorts of things. See, I think about that stuff that, that clearly the light it didn't. It's if he's a security guard and he was masquerading as there for a while, they would have figured out who he was. And if he just killed his wife and kids, you're not going to work the next day to be a security guard. So it's a little annoying in that fact. Again, and when Wilson's acting was fine. I would say Wilson's probably the only one whose acting was fine. Like I said, Mena Suvari didn't buy it. Eddie, who's Jackie's Glaze or something like that. Eddie, he was too over dramatic, and then the older brother, who I didn't really know from anywhere. I'm sure he's been in a lot of stuff I just don't watch. But another one, he was almost too harsh, too hard. I'm going to tell the cops you did this. I'm going to do this. Things accelerated too quickly, especially the ending scenario, which I won't spoil. But we are going to go below the 5 mark, and you know what that means. If it's under 5, it's something I wish I didn't watch. So this is going to get a 4.5, respectable 5, I suppose. And here's number 8. Number 9 will be a international zombie movie. I just got to decide which one. Catch you later. Peace.